name is Ricardo Sainz.
I'm Carlos Sainz.
Jaime in Spanish. Maybe Jamie.
I just graduated from medicine and I'm doing my internship.
Well, I'm a positive person. I see the positive side of everything. I'm kind of stubborn. When I want something, I know that I will get it.
I like to work hard. I like to have fun and be with my family.
Growing up in Chihuahua was great. Here we have like everything. It's not like a really small city.
I can imagine growing up anywhere else.
I think it's one of the best places to grow up in Mexico. A normal Monday for me is waking up. I like to take my time in the morning.
Right now, I have a newborn, so there's not always the same.
Do my coffee, my breakfast.
Usually the Mondays are always kind of like stressful days because it's like beginning of the week.
I don't have a exactly time to get into my job.
So it's always like wake up really early, go to the work, and come back home and eat and rest, and maybe go to the gym if I'm free.
If I don't have like many work, then I go to the gym to do some workout, and after that I go back to the house, eat dinner, watch TV and sleep.
Before that, a Monday, it was like a kind of lazy day because the week just starting and you coming for a weekend that you always have a lot of plans to do.
One of my favorite things to do in Chihuahua.
I really love music, so for me it's to go to concerts. I love classic music, so every Tuesday the orchestra from the state of Chihuahua, they play different things like Beethoven or opera or something like that, so there's something that I really like to do. Another thing is like to try different restaurants, like new restaurant and new food.
Just like hanging out with my friends, I think.
Chihuahua is progressing like a city, like in the culture, and it's growing a lot, like in the urbanization, and a lot of industry is coming here.
Yeah, I think it is progressing as a city, like the buildings and everything.
I do think Chihuahua is progressing, yes, but slowly. No, the quickest all the Chihuahua people wants.
We call it carne asada. Yeah. I remember when we went carne asada.
Unas dos.
Unas dos o tres.
Déjala caer para que grabe cuando se cae la bicicleta.
How I do cook carne asada. Looks really easy, but it's not, because you have to do a lot of preparations. First thing you do is start the fire. To start the fire, you need the charcoal. To start the fire in the charcoal, you can use many many ways to do it. I think the best way is just to do like a fireplace, like a little house. Then you put some paper on the middle. Then when the fire starts feeling really hard, you clean the grill with a half of onion, so you take all the dust. Then after that, you have to wait a little bit, because at the beginning the fire will be really hard, so you have to wait for a few minutes, maybe a half an hour. When you feel that the fire is not really strong, you put the meat on it. I recommend it to use really good meat, kind of thick, maybe 2 fingers thick. Don't flip it like many times, you just flip it once. And I don't use many species to cook the meat, because I really like the flavor of meat. The only thing I put on my meat is salt and sometimes pepper, and the carne asada is done. And don't forget the guacamole.
The cooking culture in Chihuahua is like varied. We use a lot of different things.
The cooking culture here, it's pretty rich, I think.
Like in all Mexico, the most important here is like the chilies, the use of the chilies and the salsas.
From a lot of cultures, like mixed here. Like we eat sometimes food that is from kind of like Americanized, like a lot of burgers, hot dogs. Also like a lot of food that is actually from Mexico, like tacos and stuff.
We eat a lot of beef, because we have a lot of cattle in Chihuahua, a really good cattle in Chihuahua, so we eat a lot of beef.
Meat. Everything, that's the description of cooking culture in Chihuahua. Cook meat. You have to drive like if you was in war.
I consider that I am a good driver.
I consider myself a good driver.
Yes, I think so. I do consider myself a good driver. Yeah.
To be a good driver in Chihuahua, I think is to be always thinking about all the other drivers.
To be a good driver in Chihuahua, you have to be really careful.
It not just depends on you are a good driver, but you need to take care of the other drivers. So
Just like concentrate in your driving, but at the same time, concentrate to don't bother like the other people.
Yes, I had been in like 3 crashes, I think, but not really big ones, just small crash. And my first crash was in my dad's truck. I was trying to get into a highway. I was in a stop, but it was kind of weird stop because it was in a 45 degrees, something like that. So you had to be like turning your neck to see if the cars was coming to get into that highway. So I thought the person that was in front of me, he was going to start driving because I saw the car coming really far. So when I was doing like this, I just start driving and the other person didn't start. So that's that was the crash, but it wasn't really bad. The Tarahumaras are a culture that lives on the past.
We have to respect their culture.
They're kind of difficult culture to understand.
Yeah, they really strong people.
Some of them, they even live on caves in the mountains.
I can't imagine how the life of a Tarahumara is.
They are like ethnia. They live really far from the civilization.
Most of them, they live on the mountains in La Sierra.
Like the Tarahumara people, they are like really quiet. They are not open with us. They're just with themselves, like with their own like people.
They have different way to live. It's like they don't like to live like in the modern cities, or they don't like to live in a modern way. They are like, they want to still living like in the past.
They didn't want to be close to the civilization. That's why they live like in the mountains.
The ones you see here in the city are the ones that maybe are a little bit open on the way to think.
Like here, they usually ask for money in the streets or for food.
Some others, they don't work and they live from the money that the ladies collect on the streets.
Some of they are like normal people, like they are already like working like in construction or in other like works. But I don't know how is their lives back in their home, like in the Sierra.
The life of the Tarahumaras, of the family of the Tarahumaras, is really difficult.
I think the life of a Tarahumara family here in the city is the father goes to work. Most of them, they work on construction. I do work in construction. I have a construction company, so I've been hiring Tarahumaras guys for work. They're good workers.
When the government or the important people knew that there were a lot of mines in the Sierra, like silver and gold mines, they start to like wanted to get all the lands for the mining or for cut trees for the wood. So they take them out of their lands. So that's why there's a lot of Tarahumaras here asking for money, because they were living really good at the mountains. They were like having cattle and harvest corn and vegetables and beans for their own food, or hunting. But when the people start to take him out for the land, they have to come here so they could have like a place to live and something to eat.
But I had this special experience in a hospital, a small hospital we was doing in La Sierra, in the place where they live. We tried to hire them, the ones that live in the mountains, but they didn't want it to work. But they was every days on close to the place where we was building the hospital, asking us to give them free things like materials or even food. That's an experience that I had that makes me like think bad about them.
Is sometimes I think that they're kind of rude, but when I think all the things that happened to them, that they were taken out of his land, I think that's why they're kind of rude.
The largest problem with the police, I think corruption.
The police behave, I think, like any country. It depends on how the people is behaving.
The law enforcement here in Chihuahua, I mean, it's good, but sometimes it's like a poor system.
In every place of the world, they exist good police guys and bad police guys. So some of them they do their work perfectly, and some of them they don't.
Something happened, like a shootout or a robbery, like sometimes they take a lot of time to get there. Sometimes you think like it's even on purpose, you know?
I think the most problem with the police is that not a lot of people want to be a police officer. So there are not too many.
Traffic police get you, and you're really in a hurry time. You know that the guy is going to start to make a ticket. It's the normal way they do it, but takes really long time. So sometimes it's something you don't have to do, but you offer the guy to pay like the half of the price of the ticket on that moment.
If there's a problem, they sometimes take too long for answer the call.
They don't ask like for the money. They just kind of like give you the opportunity to offer them money.
They take more importance of the things that are not that important.
They cannot tell you, hey, you give me money. No, they don't do it. They just start like thinking a lot about, are you really want me to give you a ticket, guy?
Sometimes they are just looking for, oh, these guys are drinking in the streets, or oh, these guys aren't driving good, or little things like that. But and like the real problems, like they don't solve them that well.
They're trying to tell, hey, you can give me some money so you will don't get a ticket and lost or your next day in the police office. But they don't actually ask for money. They they never ask for money.
I don't know what causes them to act like that. Maybe they are afraid to get into the real problems.
Maybe they do ask for money, but when they're like really, really big problems, you know?
I think a lot of people think that they are not really good.
But maybe they do ask for some money when you're talking about something really strong. I don't know, I cannot imagine.
It's easier for them to don't go after the real serious problems, or maybe they're afraid, or maybe they have a pact or something. But I think the real answer is because it's easier to.
They kind of want you to give them some money because his payment is not really good.
And there are people that risk their lives in their job, so you're not risking your life in your job. You're just doing your job, but they are really risking their lives. So
the government should pay them more because they're doing dangerous work.
Something that I can't change personally, but that has to come from all the way up, from the government, from the president and everything. And they don't do much to change that.
I will try to change the law in Chihuahua, doing a filter of fighting the bad police guys and just keeping with the good guys and hiding new ones.
The orders that they receive from the persons in charge, I think that's a problem.
Many of the Chihuahua population, they think bad about them. They don't feel safe with them.
Some beliefs about the law enforcement that we say that we don't like them. Sometimes the people doesn't respect them.
But I just think that people doesn't trust in them. I think Chihuahua has a future, yeah.
I see Chihuahua in the future as growing as a city.
We're growing in a lot of healthcare, hospitals, aerospatial industrial is growing. So in the future, I think Chihuahua is going to be an important city about aerospatial industrial.
I think the Chihuahua is going in the right direction, just because of the people that lives here. They are really hardworking people.
There are coming a lot of industries, so there's gonna be work for the people.
What we really need is to have good government.
It's not as dangerous or as heavy living here in Chihuahua, in bigger cities like Mexico or Monterrey, and I think it's going in a good direction.
2010, 2011 was the years when the drug dealers and all that kind of stuff start going really bad. But right now it's stabilized.
It's a really big city, so it's growing really fast.
That people will know about Chihuahua, that it's a safe place. I think the news, even not just Chihuahua, the news of Mexico that people hear in other countries, they're exaggerated.
I want the people to know about Chihuahua is that it's a cool city. It's a nice place to live. It's a quiet place comparison to other cities, but still the Mexican spirit.
Not bad things happens here.
People from another state, they're coming here.
If you're not in the drug dealer situation, nothing is going to happen to you.
I want people to know about Chihuahua that is a really good state, and we have a beautiful things.
Not just Americans, I think in all around the world, people have the wrong conception about not just Chihuahua, Mexico.
It's safe to come here.
I will hope the news will don't be so fake.
Yeah, some misconceptions that Americans have about Mexico. I think it's first of all, like there is a dangerous place. There is like a lot of violence, a lot of killing, a lot of kidnapping, and yeah, there is, but it's not like they think about it or how the movies show it. It's like the people that is in like the people that works like doing drugs and selling drugs and everything. They're the ones that pays for it. They have these. They are the people that get killed. Everything, but you don't see it like normally in the city. Never.
I've been living here like 29 years, and I never seen any bad things or anything.
I will really like the people to know about the good things we have here in Mexico, or Chihuahua.
They say a lot of things like it's really dangerous, don't go to Mexico or don't go to Chihuahua. But if you are like in any city, if there's places where it's really dangerous, but if you don't go there, or if you're not involved in bad things, nothing is gonna happen to you, and even you're never gonna see anything like that.
I will wish not just Americans to know, all the people from all around the world to know that the news are fake.
I think the most misconception that the other people think about Mexico is that there's a lot of danger in here, or maybe they think like in any street you're gonna see somebody killing somebody or something like that.
The news doesn't say the good things about the country.
In general, Mexico, I think I wish Americans knew that it's not as the movies show it. It's not it's not dangerous at all.
So something that I would like the people from other places to know about Chihuahua is how many good things we have.
I wish they knew more about the food.
But it is hard because always the bad things are the ones that people know more often.
I wish they just didn't focus about the beaches like Cancun Beach or the big cities. I think they should explore like more regions of Mexico.
That we are good people and that we have a really beautiful country.
We have really neat places to travel, not just Cancun or Cozumel. We have so many other places to visit, like La Sierra Tarahumara is amazing.
And sometimes our government is not the right government, but not everybody is like that.
We're gonna be okay.